Guys, so I know I didn't do any Halloween tutorials this year, but this is what I'm going out as for Halloween right now. Like, it's 6/16 right now, and I'm going out like this. Me and Ksenia are gonna go hang out. So I did like a half skull sort of thing. This side's, you know, just my like normal face, and then I love this. I'm like legit like in love with this. I could just go like this. I could have just painted this black and I would have been happy. If you want to see how to get this look, then just keep on watching. So I started off with my Benefit Stay Flawless Primer and rubbed that all over my face. Next, I covered my eyebrow, just one. I went against the hairs, pushing them up and backwards, and then I smoothed it over, and I kept doing that until it was completely covered. So I'm using my Kat Von D foundation for one side of my face, and I'm just blending that in with my Beauty Blender. I just chose this foundation because it's my favorite lately. Next, I set it with a translucent powder. I'm using my Bobbi Brown Gel Liner for a lot of the mapping out of this look just because it's the creamiest. So I just started off by drawing a line down the center of my face, or rather to divide the center of my face up for the two different portions of this look. I'm also dragging out the color as I'm applying this down the center of my face because this gel liner dries very fast, and I wanted to blend it out a little because I'm going to have that center line fade into my other half of my face, so I'm just doing it in sections. For the other half of my face, the base I'm using is the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, and I'm just dotting that all around my face. I'm using a foundation brush from Sedona Lace, and I'm just blending that in. I love using the NYX Jumbo pencils, especially the one in Milk, because it's so easy to blend and it is super, super white. I also took a smaller brush, and with that brush I simply just traced along the line that divided up my face because this was just so much easier and a lot cleaner. I made a little palette of the white paint on my forehead and I just kept dragging it down, and then I feathered it out into the white part. I kept blending until it was all even, and I also drew a defining line underneath my jaw, and I set it all with a white powder. This white is from the BH palette, the contour and blush palette, and you can see it just makes it a lot more opaque. After, I went back with my gel liner and defined that middle line down the center of my face just to give it a little bit more definition and clean it up. I wanted the line a little bit more squiggly, so I erased it and made it a little bit more rounded at the top there. For my nose, I went pretty much off my own bone structure. I did that for a lot of this look, and I simply just drew on the nose that I saw fit, and I just kept playing around with it until I liked the shape of it. Then I filled it all in with the gel liner. For the eye makeup, I did the exact same thing, just played off my own bone structure, and for the eye socket, I just kept playing with it until I liked the shape of it. Try to make it as round as possible. And once I liked the shape that I had, I actually went in and I dragged that color out again just because I didn't want the gel liner to set. So I dragged it out so blending would be a lot easier. I primed my eye with my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. And for my base, I used this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil that I depotted. I thought it was just a really beautiful blue color, so I put that all on my eyelid and underneath. And the eyeshadow I'm using is this NYX one. I got it in my Ipsy bag and I thought it was just a really nice color. I chose blue because my eyes are blue and I thought it would look good together, so that's why I chose blue. I wanted to give it a little bit more dimension, so I just applied some MAC glitter just to the center of my eye there and got rid of all the fallout. With a matte black eyeshadow, I set the gel liner that was on my nose, and I also brought it up to my eye socket and started to blend that in. I put it all over the gel liner and brought it somewhat into the blue, but I left a little bit of space because I wanted to put some more blue on top of the black to help it blend better. Next, I took an angle brush and I did a little bit of design coming out of the side of my eyes. I just thought this was a good place for it, so I put a little spiraling design here. And I went back with that blue eyeshadow to blend it a little bit more. With the leftover black eyeshadow, I simply traced out the negative spaces of my face, so on my temple and on my jawbone, and I just blended it until I liked what I saw, just really lightly at first, and then I defined it a little bit more after. I really just played with it until I liked it. And then I went in and darkened it up. Moving on to the other side of my face, I primed my eye and applied a little bit of concealer over top of the foundation I already did, and then I set it again with my Ben Nye Luxury Powder. I did my eyebrows just as I normally would, and then I took my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil again and I put that all over my eyelid. Taking Venus from the Naked Basics palette, I put that all over my lid, and then I took Naked 2 from the Basics palette, and then I applied that all into my crease and gave myself a little wing at the end there, just to really define my crease and give it a lot of dimension. I highlighted my brow bone and my inner tear duct, and I just kept applying color until I liked what that looked like. I also took my gel liner and defined it a little bit more and blended it out. I took my contouring a little bit too seriously for this tutorial, but it's Halloween, so I do not care, and I did that all over my face, and then I applied Orgasm by Nars on my cheekbones, and then I used Maryloumanizer by TheBalm to highlight my face. I did a very dramatic wing, and I lined it up with that other wing I did in my eyeshadow, just so there was a little bit of symmetry going on. And for eyelashes, I applied this one from Sephora to my eye and another set from the Makeup Forever line, and I applied that to my other eye, and I also applied some Rocket mascara by Maybelline just to blend them. This look needed some jewels, so I just got these ones from the craft store, and I already picked out the ones I was using, and I just applied it with some Duo lash adhesive. And I just applied these rectangular blue ones all over my eye, leaving a little bit of space because I was going to put another design in between them, a different gem in between them. So I used these more circular ones and I placed those in between them, so it was a nice pattern. I seriously think these jewels like made this look. It was just like nothing before this, and I just am so in love with it after. At the ends, I used these smaller ones and I just tapered them off to kind of look a little bit nicer at the end there. Took some black eyeliner into my waterline and tightline, and I applied a little bit of eyeshadow underneath my eye, and the lipstick I'm using is RiRi Woo by MAC. I then took a clean blending brush and just blended out that line a bit just so it faded into my face a little bit better. For my mouth, I took a waterproof liquid liner. I thought that that was crucial that it was waterproof, and I simply just drew teeth marks over where my actual teeth were. So just little marks where it actually lined up correctly with my own anatomy. And then on the end, I just tapered the little teeth off into a nice little point there. I added a teardrop gem on top of my forehead there. That's why I changed the shape of the line going down my face. And I needed something else on my cheek there, so I did a little bit of shading on the side. And then I set my entire face with some Urban Decay setting spray, and I was finished. That's it. I hope you guys really enjoyed. Yeah, it took me quite a while to do this actually. I was just taking my time and having fun with it. So yeah, see you later. Bye!